Indian IT sector is bracing for a new reality, a decline in IT budgets and tougher competition. That's the word coming in from research firm Gartner. I get you a report on the long tunnel that the Indian IT sector finds itself in and the light at the end of that tunnel. Indian IT is no longer a bullish bet for many market watchers. With currency fluctuation and a global shift to digital spending, traditional IT budgets have been dwindling. $216 billion less was spent on IT in 2015 than in 2016. 2015, for instance, saw the largest drop in IT spending in dollar terms since research firm Gartner began tracking that trend. More worrying, Gartner says 2014 spending levels will not be surpassed till 2019, and 2016 will itself see budgets fall by at least $17 billion.
Yeah, it is true that the budgets, there is some downward movement of the budgets, but one of the things that's it's important to look at is that part of that movement is also currency related. There's about, I think, 40% of the shift is actually related to currency, if you tease apart our numbers. And the remaining is made up of two factors, I think. One is, in this whole digital business revolution, CEOs are not quite sure what they need to invest on, how quickly, where are the areas to put their money. And the second part, which, to be honest, our numbers don't always capture as accurately, is what used to be central IT budgets moving into the business areas.
That means that there is a transition period. So by when do you think that there will be a recovery in terms of actual budget or actual spending coming in, be it through digital, be it through traditional services within the BFSI space?
I would say closer to kind of Q3 or the end of this year, because if the BFSI segment hasn't figured it out by then, they're probably on the road to death. I'm not kind of exaggerating, because the competitive pressures are so strong. So they have a fairly tight window of starting to place their bets, right, wrong, or indifferent. They cannot sit on the fence for very long.
Of course, some analysts have voiced concerns about the US economy that continues to struggle for traction and as protectionist voices gain in volume. After all, the US geography accounts for 60% of the revenues earned by the Indian IT services sector. But Gartner says this worry is exaggerated.
We've seen it happen in every election season. Some joker of a congressman will make it his platform. Now Trump has made it his platform. So in every election season for the last 4 elections that I can remember, the favorite whipping boy have been the Indian outsourcers, because it's such a visible paradigm there. Whether it has any material impact on the changes and material impact on the business prospects, I don't think so. Absolutely not. It will also die away immediately after the election. So we're looking to basically, till November, all this noise will continue.
So for now, the Indian IT industry needs to focus on preparing for the increased spending on digital contracts, which is expected to yield results in the coming years. In this respect, Gartner says Indian IT players are well positioned to handle global competition, provided they innovate and adapt quickly. In Mumbai, Kritika, Saxena. Moving on to